April 1900. Somewhere in the treacherous waters of the Aegean Sea, a discovery was made that would break history. Greek sponge divers, caught in a brutal storm, sought refuge in the lee of Antikythera. They didn't know they were hovering over a ghost. Elias Stadiatis descended 45 meters into the abyss. What he saw through his brass helmet wasn't fish. It was a field of corpses. Marble arms and bronze heads lay scattered like a massacre. An ancient Roman cargo ship frozen in time for 2 millennia. Among the treasures, a small, calcified lump of bronze was recovered. It sat ignored in a museum for months, until it cracked open. Inside were gears, precise, complex, bronze teeth, something that shouldn't have existed for another 1,500 years. The Antikythera mechanism, the world's first analog computer, a device so advanced it rewrites everything we know about the ancient world. While the rest of the world struggled with basic tools, someone in Greece was building the future. It wasn't just a machine, it was a mirror of the heavens. It could track the sun, the moon, and the 5 known planets with terrifying precision. For a century, it remained a mystery. But in the 2000s, advanced X-ray tomography revealed the secret hidden within the corrosion. Over 30 bronze gears, perfectly synced. It calculated eclipses, the Olympic cycle, and the irregular orbit of the moon. Yes, it even tracked the timing of the games. A sacred calendar driven by brass and mathematics. Then, the knowledge vanished. For over a millennium, humanity forgot how to build such thing. The Dark Ages claimed the machine. How many other inventions were lost to war, fire, and time? The Antikythera is a warning. Progress is not a straight line. Tonight, we dive deeper into the artifacts that shouldn't exist. Welcome to the investigation. Our investigation takes us to 1936 in the small town of London, Texas. The Hahn family was walking along a riverbank when they stumbled upon a strange rock. A piece of wood was sticking out of a block of sandstone. A simple stick, seemingly fused with the rock. Took it home as a souvenir. It sat on their fireplace mantel for nearly a decade, unnoticed. In 1947, their son decided to break it open. Inside was something that made his blood run cold. A wooden handle fused to the stone transitioned into a perfectly formed iron rod, a man-made tool. The rock was estimated to be between 100,000 and 300,000 years old. That is impossible. 300,000 years ago, Neanderthals were barely chipping stones. They did not process iron. Analysis showed an unusual composition, 96% iron, but with a high concentration of chlorine. A mix unknown in modern metallurgy. Today, it sits in a private museum in Glen Rose, used as proof by some that the Earth is only a few thousand years old. But skeptics have a different story. They point to a process called concretion, where minerals encase an object in decades, not millennia. Stylistically, the hammer matches tools used by 19th century American miners. One could have easily dropped it into a crack. The high chlorine content, likely absorbed from the mineral-rich Texas groundwater over a century of burial. Yet, no independent researcher has been allowed to perform a carbon-14 test on the handle. The truth remains behind glass. But the London hammer is just the beginning. We're going deeper. Into the coal mines of Austria. 1885. In 1885, at a coal mine in Schöndorf, Austria, a worker split a piece of tertiary coal, millions of years old. Inside was a small iron cube with a deep groove. It weighed 700 grams. Analysis showed iron, nickel, and carbon. Initial theories suggested it was a meteorite. Some iron-nickel space rocks can take unusual shapes. The object was displayed, then disappeared into storage for years. It was almost forgotten, until a second look. Modern research suggests it was likely a cast-iron counterweight from 19th century mining equipment. This is intrusion, Modern objects falling into ancient layers during mining or construction, creating a false anomaly. Some anomalies cannot be explained by accident. Like the discovery off the coast of Antikythera in 1901, divers found a corroded lump of bronze. At first, it looked like just another piece of junk from a 70 BC shipwreck. But cleaning revealed a system of over 30 gears, precision engineering that shouldn't have existed for another 1,000 years. It took 100 years and X-ray tomography to realize this was an analog computer. It tracked the sun, the moon, and 5 planets. It predicted eclipses and even the Olympic cycle. This wasn't aliens. It was the peak of Greek mathematics, a level of technology lost until the 14th century. History is not a straight line. Civilizations rise, reach their peak, and then they collapse, taking their secrets with them. The Antikythera was real, but it followed the laws of physics. The London hammer? It challenges time itself. We return to the bank where it all started, to the question that haunts every discovery. Are we the first? For decades, miners in South Africa have pulled strange metallic spheres from rock layers 2.8 billion years old. Known as Klerksdorp spheres, they feature perfectly balanced shapes and mysterious parallel grooves. Theories exploded, from fossilized alien eggs to evidence of a civilization billions of years before our own, 49 06 24,000, 06 32,000. But nature is a master of geometry. Geologists found they are natural concretions formed by mineral precipitation from the deep mines of Africa to the sands of Iraq, where the secret of electricity may have been discovered 2,000 years early. The Baghdad battery, a clay vessel, a copper cylinder, and an iron rod. Simple components with a shocking potential. When filled with an acidic liquid like vinegar, it generates a small electrical charge. Was it used for electroplating jewelry? Or were they just jars for storing sacred scrolls? Each case is an error? Fine. But what if they indicate a pattern? Too many anomalies to ignore. 1 coin is a fluke, 10 is a coincidence, 100 is a shipwreck site, 110. Are we looking at a lost ship? Critics say no. Most were found by amateurs, without scientific context, without photos in situ. If an industrial civilization existed 300,000 years ago, it would leave massive scars in the geological record. We don't see them. No chemical pollution, no microplastics in ancient ice, no radioisotopes in the rocks. Radioisotopes. But scientists Gavin Schmidt and Adam Frank ask, would we even recognize a civilization that existed millions of years ago? After 10 million years, even our concrete cities would turn to dust. Only chemical ghosts remain. According to the Silurian hypothesis, we shouldn't look for hammers, but for chemical ghosts, carbon spikes, and synthetic anomalies hidden in deep strata. Human civilization is a mere blink, a thin film of existence on a planet that has breathed for billions of years. The London hammer may just be a 19th century tool lost in a crack. The simplest explanation is often the truth. But as long as independent science is kept at bay, it remains a screen for our own beliefs. A miracle for some, a hoax for others. These artifacts fascinate us because they touch our deepest fear, that we are not the first, that we are not alone in the abyss of time. Imagine 10 million years from now. Another civilization digs where we once stood. What will they find of us? Our legacy will be plastic, concrete, and radioactive isotopes, evidence that will be impossible to miss. But if a civilization before us had no plastic, no nuclear power, what would remain? Maybe just one hammer in stone, one tiny, unconvincing, controversial trace that we found and could not decode. 4.5 billion years is a very, very long time. And our knowledge? A thin, fragile film on the surface of the abyss. We may never know the truth about the London hammer, or the Salzburg cube, or the people before us. But the question itself is the real treasure. It keeps us searching. It keeps us humble. The Aegean Sea to the Texas riverbanks. The investigation into the out-of-place continues until the next discovery. I am your investigator. Welcome to the unknown. 1929. Inside the Topkapi Palace in Istanbul, a discovery was made that would challenge our understanding of the Age of Discovery. The Piri Reis map. Drawn in 1513 by an Ottoman admiral, it shows the Atlantic Ocean with startling detail. But it wasn't just South America. It depicted a coastline that shouldn't have been known for another 300 years. Antarctica. Discovered in 1820, but on this 1513 map, it appears clearly and without any ice. The map shows Queen Maud Land as a lush, mountainous region, a state it hasn't been in for over 6,000 years. Piri Reis wrote that he didn't explore these lands himself. He copied his map from source maps dating back to the time of Alexander the Great, who mapped the world before the dawn of history. A lost seafaring civilization with technology we can only imagine. To draw this map, you need spherical trigonometry, a branch of mathematics that wouldn't be refined for centuries. Some researchers claim the map's distortions are identical to what you would see from a high-altitude satellite over Cairo. Modern seismic surveys in the 1950s confirmed it. The map shows the subglacial topography of Antarctica perfectly, but critics argue it's a coincidence. Cartographers of that era often drew imaginary southern continents to balance the globe. If it's just a lucky guess, it's one of the most incredible coincidences in human history. If not, history is a lie. From the maps of the past to the scars of the present. 1908, Siberia. An explosion that shook the world. 2,000 square kilometers of forest flattened. 80 million trees. But no crater. No meteorite was ever found. Was it a comet? Or was it something else? A secret experiment by Nikola Tesla that went horribly wrong. Was Tunguska a cosmic accident or a test of wireless energy transmission by Nikola Tesla from his Wardenclyffe Tower? Tesla claimed he could transmit power through the Earth itself. The coordinates for Tunguska sit on a direct path from New York. But researchers found something even stranger. No crater, and no traces of a metallic asteroid in the soil. Only microscopic silicate spheres. Witnesses reported a column of blue light and glowing spheres. Was it an alien craft's mid-air engine failure? From the fires of Siberia to the heights of Peru. Walls built with stones weighing over 100 tons, fitted with impossible precision. You cannot even fit a sheet of paper between them. These aren't just walls. They are a geometric nightmare. In Egypt, the Great Pyramid was aligned to true north, with an accuracy of within 3/60ths of a degree. How did they move 2.3 million stone blocks? And why build internal shafts that align perfectly with the stars of Orion? The Orion correlation theory. A map of the stars mirrored on the surface of the Earth. A message in stone? Then there is Baalbek. 3 stones, each weighing 800 tons, raised 7 meters above the ground. Even today, we would struggle to lift them. Our most powerful cranes would reach their limits. Yet, these were placed thousands of years ago with no known engines. Suggest lost technologies, sonic levitation, or the use of resonance to soften stone, science fiction, or a lost reality. Or were they not carved at all? The geopolymer theory suggests they were cast, like ancient concrete, from local minerals. If these civilizations possessed such power, why did it vanish? Did a global cataclysm reset the human story? Next, we go to the depths, where the map of the world was rewritten. Welcome to the search for the antediluvian. 12,800 years ago, the world changed in a heartbeat. The Younger Dryas, a sudden cataclysm that sent sea levels soaring. Millions of square miles of coastal land vanished. Along with them, every trace of the people who lived there. Off the coast of Japan, the Yonaguni Monument, a massive stone terrace that defies natural erosion. Is it a natural formation of sandstone? or a ritual site carved before the flood. The debate rages on. In India, at the bottom of the Gulf of Kambat, sonar revealed a city twice the size of Manhattan, submerged for 9,000 years. A legend made real. The home of Lord Krishna, once thought to be a myth, now a ghost in the abyss. During the peak of the Ice Age, the world was a different place. Humans weren't just hunters, they were builders. Remember the London hammer? Its handle is partially turned to coal, a process that usually takes millions of years.
From this vantage
Chemical environment, this million-year process can happen in a few decades. Nature's shortcut. The London hammer remains in limbo, undiscovered and unrefuted. The perfect artifact for a debate that never ends. And what of Tunguska? Most likely a comet fragment that exploded 5 miles above the ground, leaving no crater, only ashes. From Texas to Siberia, from Japan to the bottom of the Aegean Sea, the anomalies are real. The interpretation is the challenge. History is a puzzle with most of its pieces missing. We are only just beginning to see the true picture. The investigation is not over. It is just getting started. Welcome to the unknown. 4.5 billion years is an incomprehensible span of time. Our entire industrial age is but a heartbeat in this silence. In 2018, astrophysicists proposed the Silurian hypothesis. If a civilization existed millions of years ago, would we even know? Within 10 million years, even our greatest concrete monuments will have turned to dust, leaving no physical trace. Steel oxidizes, plastic degrades. The only things that remain are the chemical anomalies in the rock. To find an ancient industry, we must look for spikes in carbon from burning fossil fuels, the fingerprint of a machine age. What if they had no plastic, no nuclear power? A civilization built on organic materials would leave nothing behind. Could the London hammer be the only thing left? A single, unconvincing clue from a world that time forgot. We haven't found the smoking gun in the ice cores or the rocks. The geological record is clean, for now. We have only explored a fraction of our planet. The answer could be right beneath our feet, waiting for the right tool. The Silurian hypothesis isn't a claim that they existed. It's a question about our own arrogance in assuming we'd see them. Our nuclear waste will glow for 100,000 years. Our plastics will leave a synthetic layer in the rock forever. In the end, all knowledge is fragile. Civilizations don't just collapse. They are erased by the slow grind of time. The investigation into the impossible is a search for ourselves. To know where we are going, we must know where we've been. We are not the first, and we will not be the last. From a hammer encased in ancient stone to a computer from the dawn of time, we have stared into the abyss of history. The London hammer is not just a tool, it is a question. A reminder that even our simplest objects can become legends. Civilizations are not linear. They are cycles of rising, peak, and inevitable fall. On this planet, 4.5 billion years old, we have occupied only a fraction of a second. We seek the gears of the past to understand the clockwork of our future. The evidence is there. But the truth? It remains hidden in the layers of the earth, waiting. We are a species with amnesia, slowly waking up to our own forgotten story. What will you find when you look closer? What secrets are hidden in your own backyard? The investigation is never truly over. It only evolves. I'm your explorer of the unexplained. Thank you for diving into the unknown with me. Search for the truth is the greatest adventure of all. Keep searching. Keep questioning. The world is much more than it seems. Wait, there's something else.